Whoa, nah, what's up? Um, we are in the second part of the gospel. We always doing two takes, and we'll normally do a podcast, but we didn't get to do one today. They was doing reconstruction in the gallery that I get my Wi-Fi from. So we're back home doing the second take of the YouTube video, and in this take, we're gonna understand that there's a remedy for the devastation, the destruction of this world. There's a remedy, okay? And, without anybody pointing a finger, okay? And without anybody, side talking or whatever, just understand that this is written, and it's always a choice of the matter for you to accept. All right, and just take in consideration that everything that we have already tried has not successfully gave us any results. Okay, and you basically have to found everything. You have to found this type of neglect, as well as I'm not going to say practice, but I'm going to say teamwork. Let's just put it like that. Because if the world are all involved with doing the same thing that the next person is doing, that is teamwork, not as well as a practice, because the world does not get along with each other to say that, hey, you know what I'm saying, we do this together. You know what I'm saying? We fight amongst each other, but yet we team up on our own destruction. So to give this antidote, this is the real antidote to a lot of things, and it's a start, because there's more to make it even, you know what I'm saying, more potent to actually kill off the rest of the germs. Okay, but this is a start. All right, so we're gonna get into it, and here it is. It's coming out of Psalms, and it says right here, it says, they go from strength to strength, every one of them in Zion appeareth before God. Okay, now you gotta understand something. Your God is my God. Okay, and everybody God is our God. Okay, that is from Zion. Okay, the actual real God of the heavens and earth. Okay, all this other stuff is a figment of our imagination. Somebody else brought this in, because if they didn't, it would be in the Bible, for number one. Okay, it's nowhere in none of our Bibles, no matter if it's Quran or was that the Jewish Bible. We all talking about the same God, though. Some people leaves out things, and some people adds in things. You know what I'm saying? The Torah leaves out the New Testament. It's not at all the wise thing to do. Especially if you are, you know what I'm saying, not actually blood in. Okay? Those boys that was up there on Mount Sinai, they were blood in to this religion. Everybody else is almost adopted, as well as just descendants. But the blood in tribes are the ones who has to make that call whether or not Jesus was real or not. And if they did make a call like that, then I don't understand how it is that you don't believe God can make a child without having sex. That a kid could not be born without having sex. But here, man was formed out of the ground. And today, we have men trying to play God by insinuating sperm in a woman. Artificial sex. Artificial sex. So, to put this in perspective is that we have to put away all of these prideful things of what somebody else in our culture and nation or whatever has taught us that is definitely the hex of our destruction, our curse, and use the antidote, which is appearing. Okay? And we're going to add on with the appearing when it says over here in Exodus, it says, 3 times thou shalt keep a feast unto me in the year. Okay? You shall keep the feast of unleavened bread, which is the Passover, 7 days. Okay? As I commanded thee. Alright? Then you have the harvest, which is you have to be on point on what time of year this is, because we are definitely about to be in January next month. We are in December right now. So you definitely have to be on point of when to do this, because if you miss the deadline, then hey, it doesn't count. And this is for the world that so claim that they believe in God. If you do, this is what the Old Testament say for my brothers that's in the Torah. Okay? Because we all in the Old Testament and we all in the New Testament. But some of us don't want to gather up what the New Testament says, because here it is. You know what I'm saying? A way to heaven has been made by a man who gave his blood. That this Old Testament said was going to be sent to us to do this. Okay? But you got you have the unleavened bread, you have the harvest, and then you have the gathering, which is in the end of the year. And you have to be on point of when that is. Okay? If we are in December right now, the end of March is when you are supposed to not show up empty to God and give a tithe to Him of your harvest, which you have made that year. This powers the house of God, which powers the structure of God's people all over the world. Okay? Not to be misused and abused by any of our trickle-me-down pleasures of this world. You have to let go of the world in order to serve God. This will not work if you want to take and please yourself with the work and the words of God. It just will not work. It has not worked yet. It will not work now. So please understand because we only got like so many chances to do this, okay? So let's strengthen each other, man. This is one world under God. It's not one nation under God. It's one world under God. If this nation ain't doing the right thing by God, trust me, other nations will suffer from it. Why? Because we all have to intervene with each other. And if I'm going to be a backslider that's doing nothing but misleading and deceiving people in other nations, what do you think that's going to cause other nations to do to my nation? Do we not learn from the mistakes that our brothers and sisters do to one another? There is not a man on this planet that is weaker than the other. We are all weak when it comes to the flesh. Period. We have equal defeat systems here. Organisms or whatever you want to call it. We bow down to the flesh. When it comes to being a person of God, guess what? All across the board, things are done appropriately. There's no backstabbing. Okay, no conniving. We love one another, man. Nobody wants to see their nation, their children, or whatever out in the streets dismantled, naked, starving, all this other stuff. So don't bring it upon me to do this abomination that will cause this to happen to my nation. Now when it comes to it, I was talking about the gays. They are not the reason why the world is dying. No, it's not. It's the poor leadership that is making the world die. Okay? Because guess what? You have a reason to want to be gay. You have a purpose of being gay. But me as a leader, I have a job to do serving God. And it says this. It says for not to practice things that is an abomination to him. So no, I may not agree on doing some things that are not supposed to be done. But I will accept things that has been done to people on their own decisions. And this is how the soul is one. The flesh is dead, but the soul is one. And you have to comprehend what I just said. Because to be misled of words coming from the Bible is where you the fool and will not try to reach out for reproach. Okay? This is for all of us to soak up and try to get right, because none of us starts off doing it the right way. Anything that we do in life, we always starts off shaky. We're going to fall off this bike. We're going to fall. We're going to scrape ourselves. Some scars going to be permanent. We're going to have to live with that. Okay? And it doesn't matter who did it and why, whatever. It's the part of you releasing your anger by saying, God, forgive me for what I've done and forgive those who have done it. So that now you can start living for God and serving Him by accepting Him. Okay? Everything about the Bible, Him, His Son, the commandments, the 3 times we're supposed to appear, all of it. This is how we will win with the antidote. May the angels say amen. let the world say word.